So one of the things that sort of came out of all of this and sort of created Perestroika and all the things that we saw or witnessed was we're really a lot more similar than we are different.
This is what we discovered there. It was painful to realize how very vulnerable and poignant that experience would become.
Yeah.
And Gorbachev later told our leader that our group and the ones that followed, there were 20 or 30 that followed, just like ours, were major contributors to Perestroika because it put the humanity in it. And
Well, there had to have been, sorry to interrupt, there had to have been, I think, simply because think about this for a second. There were some pretty influential people on that trip,
absolutely.
okay? And for them when they get off a plane and people crowd them, it's not that surprising to them,
Hmm.
right? I mean, we're talking about
Yeah,
people that are leaders big time
big time.
and have fairly large profiles, and they're on that trip and they're sitting down with Soviet citizens and having, like you said, around a table,
Hmm.
having coffee and talking about life and talking
Hmm.
about sort of what's going on in, sort of behind the scenes, if you will, from all this, bluster and puff up and all this other stuff
Yes.
that we do it too. We do it in the United States too. Okay.
Hmm.
Not to the extent that the Soviet Union did by any stretch of the imagination, but it's part of our characteristic, right?
Hmm.
What I find fascinating, though, is this outreach that you did sort of started this ball rolling. And like Gorbachev admitted to you
Yeah.
all of a sudden, all of a sudden the conversation started changing. And
Absolutely.
I feel like, and you tell me what you think, but it felt like to me at the time that Ronald Reagan was the perfect person to sit down with somebody like Gorbachev, right?
Hmm.
And sort of connect because
Yeah.
they connected in a way. I know
Hmm.
we're talking about connection all the time, right?
Right, exactly.
But they connected in a way that world leaders, I don't think had ever connected like that.
I agree.
I mean, I think they had opportunity, but I don't think they ever truly. But see, I think that was a result of you all starting the snowball, like starting the ball rolling.
Mhm.
And it sort of culminated with, you know what?